Before I begin this review, I just want to say this is kind of a rare thing for me to do, is to review a movie that has been released today. Mainly because I don't do that anymore, because I always felt like if I review a movie that just came out, I feel like I'm spitting in the wind and just rehashing what people had said before. So, much like the exceptions have been this movie and Ghostbusters, the female Ghostbusters movie, and I felt like I had to do it with the female Ghostbusters movie because there's been a lot of backlash. Everybody just hating the movie. So I felt like when I always felt, oh, I'll just see it, just give it a chance, and see if I liked it or not. And when seeing it, I felt like I had to give a fair review. It deserved a fair review. And surprisingly, I was one of the few people that felt like that movie was okay. And we all of us gave a fair review of the movie. And me, I don't know about the other reviewers, but I don't remember because it's been a while. But me, I encouraged people to see Ghostbusters because so they could see if they liked it or not. Because there's some things I hated with that movie, and some people liked. And that was I kind of felt like the same thing with The Last Jedi. I felt like I had to give a fair review for this movie. And I don't want to spoil anything, so I will try not to spoil anything. If I if I feel like I have to say some spoilers, I will warn a spoiler alert. Um, but so far, I don't have plans to give any spoilers. So without further ado, let's get into this review. Okay, now we all know what the story for The Last Jedi is. There's no need to get into it. So I will just get on into the review. Um, what I liked about this movie was the story. There's actually several plot lines with this movie. One main storyline, several subplots within the movie, and there are some great character arcs. The story was great. The stories are all great. Some a little cheap. Some felt a little weak. Some were really good. Even some of the weak ones, they had at least some good character arcs. Even the main, even the main storyline had some good character arcs with it. Um, I liked Luke's character arc. I like how they kind of treated him as just a restrained, um, lonely figure who just wants to die, and he's hiding, some things, and he doesn't want to do anything. I liked I liked how they kind of treated him and how he just slowly, because of Rey, was growing and coming back. And at the end of the movie, he kind of shows what he's been holding back, his really true power, and it's great. And I like how when we actually do find out what happened to Luke's Jedi that he was training and the temple that he had to train Jedi. But we see it from many different points of view, which kind of harkens back to Obi-Wan Kenobi from Return of the Jedi, where he says good and evil is always from a certain point of view. And there are many points of views, and that was kind of like, that was a nice little nod to that, and I'm surprised true fans didn't pick up on that. Rey was a good character too. She didn't do too much, but she had kind of like an interesting plot line with Kylo Ren. I don't want to get too much into that because that's, again, spoiler stuff. Um, also liked the color scheme of this movie. There's a lot of red and blacks mixed in together, and actually those are my two favorite colors, red and black, because they go completely well together no matter what you do with them. And I liked how they blended that and did that pretty well. The costumes were beautiful. And another thing I also liked about the color scheme, it was also at the climax of the movie, there was red and white mixed together, and I was utterly amazed by that because, like I said, red and black go perfect together, but they had white and on top of red in that climax, and every time somebody skid across the white sand or salt, as it's later found out to be, there's red rock underneath, and that just blended so well together. I was so amazed by that. Like I said, costumes were great. All the different civilizations that they went to looked pretty elegant, nice. Stormtroopers, of course, looked great. The New Order, imperialistic inspired outfit looked great. Um, although Supreme Leader Snoke looked like Goldmember, but his golden robe did look nice. But yeah, you can't help but think of Goldmember him in that robe. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to avoid spoilers because there's some things I do want to talk about. Um, the Let's see. The fight scene. There actually is some fight scenes in the movie, and they're all beautifully well done and very nice. I just let's see. It's just that there's not that many of them, and that's fine. One of the things I was really impressed with this movie was that this movie was 90 to 99% dialogue heavy. There was very, very little action in it. It was all just dialogue, and I appreciated that because a lot of movies nowadays, it's sad that people have like 15-second attention spans now, that they have to keep, going fast, keep changing the camera, go to action, get to the end of the movie. We need to get it in one of the screen time, moving, go. So I kind of felt like they actually slowed down, and I liked that. They actually had more character moments. Actually took the time to do these character arcs, had time to not necessarily explain anything, but stretch out the story a little bit and really delve into the stories. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to avoid spoilers. I'm thinking about what I want to talk about. Special effects were nice. They're actually, all the creatures look nice and this and that. Let's see. The ending was nice, maybe abrupt but nice. Let's see. This was very much a middle chapter. It didn't really have a beginning, and it didn't really have an ending. It ended just abruptly, which was kind of bad, but also kind of good, because this whole movie was kind of a game changer for Star Wars. It was trying out new material, which is something different, and I liked that. And it wasn't trying to go to the usual formula. It didn't borrow heavily from plot lines from previous Star Wars movie, which was my main complaint about Force Awakens. Force Awakens is still a good movie, but my main complaint, it was just a rehashing of A New Hope. Whereas this one had borrowed certain elements from Empire Strikes Back and maybe nods to other Star Wars movies. Like very much the ending battle scene with the Rebels and the New Order was very much inspired by the Battle of Hoth, but the whole movie didn't feel like a ripoff of Empire Strikes Back or Revenge of the Sith or any other story that I know of the Star Wars expanded universe. So it was a game changer. They tried out new things. Some failed, some actually worked and was good. And I hope they would do that with future movies. But unfortunately, some fans were not pleased. Now, let's get into the stuff that did irk me. There was some things that irked me with this movie. And one of them was the humor. Some of the humor in the movie was actually good. Well-timed, perfectly placed, and reasonable. Some of them ruined moments, which is my main complaint with Marvel movies. It's like, set a tone and don't put so much humor in them. Because some of the humor, they had this great moment, like particularly in this Star Wars movie, they had great moments, and it gets ruined by a bad joke, or even just a good joke, but unnecessarily put into a moment, and it just ruins it. Let's see, another thing that irked me, it's a scene, again, I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's a scene I have to mention, and it's nicknamed the Mary Poppins scene, and when you see it, you'll understand why. That was the whole what the fuck moment in that movie. That moment was like, just destroyed physics, destroyed any sort of logic, destroyed what we know about the Force. It just was really so far out there. It was like, what the fuck is this? And I think that's the main thing that threw everybody off and made fans really hate this movie, was that Mary Poppins scene. That's my theory. I'm not saying it's fact, but that's my theory. And yeah, that Mary Poppins scene was just unnecessarily and silly and stupid. Other things that irked me were like Phasma. Not a spoiler. The last movie, they made a big deal about Phasma, particularly in promos and stuff like this, and then you get to her, she's easily disposed. Here, she actually has a pretty good fight scene. Yes, it lasts a minute, and that was disappointing, but she, again, gets disposed of easily. And it's like, how did Phasma get to this rank? Phasma wasn't really a threat. And some of the things at first I was irked with, like a character comes out of nowhere, then we find out, oh, that's a way we can escape. Oh, so there was actually a way he got in. It just didn't feel like magic. He just appeared. So I was like, okay, I thought I was irked about that, but I'm not anymore because it actually helps with the plot. Let's see. Another thing that irked me, and as well as a lot of fans, was General Snoke. Supreme Leader Snoke. We're still given no backstory about him. I'm hoping in the next movie we get more about him, and know who he is. It's just, I understand trying to keep the mystery, but maybe add to the mystery, give suggestions or something to make everybody make fan theories or something. But we got nothing with this one, and it was just completely annoying. And it was just and again, they built this character up, and he's disposed of easily. So I'm hoping in the next movie there's something more to him that we can do. We'll learn from and do. Another thing that irked me, and I have to spoil this one because it's an analytical thing. I have to really talk about this one, and so spoiler alert. Spoiler alert with this one. Rey's parents is revealed, and it's nothing important. That's it. I'm not going to say who her parents are, but I'm just going to let you know it's not important. And to me, that was fine. That was absolutely fine. I liked it mainly because it shows that, and it actually was actually brought up again at the end of the movie. It shows that even the most unimportant person can be a Jedi, be a person of amount of wealth in a rebellion, or just an important person. You don't have to have certain bloodlines or certain wealth or anything like this to be an important person. And so, to me, that was the whole point of Rey's parents of being nothing of importance. And again, like I said, the ending of the movie show that again with some slave boys on a planet who actually show signs of the Force. And to me, again, it shows how somebody of unimportance can do something better themselves, can actually do something. So yeah, that was my thing that I liked about it. Yeah, fans were disappointed with it, but I liked it. Because again, you can pick it apart and just see what was meant behind it. But other than that, this movie's amazing. I liked it. I would probably give it 3 stars. I would have to knock it off from 5 stars because of that silly Mary Poppins theme. I'm sorry, that was so fucking stupid. I had to really, really criticize that moment that I have to knock off 2 stars. I'm sorry. 3 stars. It is a great movie. It is enjoyable. A lot of good. Some bad, but a lot of good. I do highly recommend you see this movie. Judge it for yourself. And don't listen to what everybody says about the hate for this movie. Just go see it. Some things you'll like, some things you'll hate. Like me, I liked a lot of things in the movie, but I also hated some things about the movie. But some of the things I hated about the movie, some people liked. So just go, and you'll see what you like and don't like. Although we can all agree that Mary Poppins scene was just fucking ridiculous. But yeah, other than that, go see it. It is a good movie. I don't think it's a slap in the face. I don't think it's disappointing. It just had some moments that worked and some moments that didn't. So, with that, I end the review. I hope you enjoy The Last Jedi yourselves, and have a good day.